Physical properties of matter. Scientists describe, compare, and classify substances by their physical properties. These properties include color, texture, hardness, density, and whether or not a substance is attracted by a magnet. Kinds of physical properties. There are many different kinds of substances found in the earth. Earth substances has a unique set of characteristics you can use to describe it. A characteristic of a substance that you can observe without changing it into different substances is called a physical property. Scientists use physical properties to describe, compare, and classify matter. Color is a physical property you can observe by looking at a substance. For example, the substance sulfur is yellow and baking powder is white. Copper has a brownish orange color. Using the property of color, you can easily tell these three substances apart. Texture is another physical property. It often refers to how rough or smooth the surface of a substance feels. You can observe texture by touching a substance. Another physical property is how well a substance conducts heat or electricity. As you learned, copper and iron conduct heat well, but plastic and rubber do not. Scientists sometimes describe minerals by their hardness. Talc is a very soft mineral. You can easily scratch it with your fingernail. Diamond is the hardest mineral. You can't even scratch it with a steel blade or piece of glass. Flexibility, or how easily a substance bends, is another property. Metals such as copper, gold, and silver are so flexible they can be bent and hammered flat without breaking. Glass and concrete are not very flexible. They break if you bend or hammer them. When you describe something as a solid, liquid, or gas, you are describing a physical property. The temperature at which a substance changes into a solid, liquid, or gas is also a physical property. Magnetic attraction. Whether or not a substance is attracted by a magnet is a physical property. Iron, cobalt, and nickel are substances attracted by a magnet. Steel is a mixture of metals made with iron. As a result, steel objects such as paper clips, staples, and food cans are attracted by a magnet. Glass, plastic, wood, and rubber are some of the many substances not attracted by a magnet. Dissolving in water. Another physical property is whether or not a substance dissolves in water. Both sugar and salt dissolve in water. If you stir either of these in water, it eventually disappears. However, if too much sugar or salt is added to the water, it will stop dissolving. Another substance that dissolves in water is baking powder. Many substances do not dissolve in water. If you stir sand in water, it does not disappear, nor do copper, silver, or stainless steel. What will happen if you use a spoon made of one of these three substances to stir sugar in your tea? The sugar will dissolve, but the spoon will not. Density. The density of a substance is the mass of that substance in a certain volume. If you hold equal volumes of water and iron in your hands, the iron will seem much heavier. That's because iron is much denser than water. However, if you hold equal volumes of water and wood in your hands, the water will seem heavier. Wood is less dense than water. Because of their different densities, wood floats in water and iron sinks.